The art is a reflection of the artist. So how can I ignore the artist if their art is all who they are? I personally don't have an impact on anything, but at the same time, I have an impact on myself. You can't help but think like there is an issue. It's just a recipe for disaster because all we hear is just drama, drama, drama. If you're still listening to any rap, any hip hop, you're just enabling this behavior. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Radio here, and we are back with another reaction. I don't know if you've heard the news, but apparently Offset, the rapper Offset, got shot by the rapper Lil Tjay at a casino. This stems from not a long running beef, but definitely there is a beef between them. There has been a beef between them for a minute now, and we're gonna get into it later in the video. And this beef culminated in this little. I think it started as a fight, and then it moved on to a shooting where Lil Tjay shot at Offset. Now, right off the bat, as a former fan, as a former listener of hip hop, when I hear stuff like this just reminds me of, oh, that's why I stopped listening. That's why I stopped supporting. Is if it's not the drugs that's killing them, if it's not the gang life and the street life that's killing them, it's them killing each other. It's the rappers killing each other. And it just gets to a point where you don't want to support that type of lifestyle. You don't want to support that type of behavior. You don't want to support the way things are going in that direction. And you can't call yourself. I mean, I'm just talking about me. I'm just talking about this is personally just me. You can't call yourself a hip hop fan where the people you're listening to and the music that you're consuming is just fueling this type of behavior, this type of things happening. I think my main point is if these guys weren't as rich and famous as we made them out to be, and again I'm talking about just hip hop fans. So if you're not interested in hip hop, if you're not interested in Offset, Lil Tjay, not interested in their music, I don't think this is the video for you. This is strictly coming from somebody who enjoyed listening to their music and consider both of them like pretty good rappers. I like a lot of their songs, but at the same time, the more that comes out from how they conduct themselves, what's happening around them, the type of things that's happening to them, the more you start questioning your own choices. The more you start questioning, like, why am I listening to this? Why am I listening to Lil Tjay? Why am I listening to Offset? If it's all gonna result in violence, if it's all gonna result in bloodshed, if it's gonna result in just bad things happening, if my listening is enriching them and them getting enriched and more famous and more wealthy leads to this type of stuff is happening, I'll count me out, buddy. Count me out. And I did count myself out. And I haven't been listening to any sort of hip hop for at least a year and a half now. It's interesting to me because the genre itself is not at its peak that it used to be. And if anything, it's been on a down slope for a while. And instead of established artists who have had hits, have had success, trying to actually rejuvenate the genre, trying to breathe life into it and actually care about their craft, they're either, in Offset's case, falling into gambling and just kind of spiraling in that way. In Lil Tjay's case, he's just a fucking asshole. He's just a dickhead, bro. I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I like Lil Tjay's music, but then I see the clip with him and Blackboy Max in that studio, and he's just being a dickhead. I see the way he's talking about Offset in that clip that we're gonna see in a minute, and he's just being a fucking douchebag. And it's just like, yeah, bro, like you putting me off. You're putting me off from being a fan. You're putting me off from being like a listener because it's just your personality is just fucking crap. It's so annoying. It's so annoying because you want success for the people you listen to. You want success for the people you support. But it ends up producing the opposite. It ends up fueling their destruction. It ends up fueling their downfall. I don't wish ill on Lil Tjay. I don't want I don't want Offset to be hurt. I don't want Lil Tjay to be in jail. And in fact, like I felt really bad when he got shot and it was in the hospital for months. At the end of the day, it's a personal choice, and you can sit and support this music, but you can't tell me this isn't idiotic behavior. You can't tell me this isn't stupid behavior that just leads to more people getting hurt, more families being sad, and less music being made. If Lil Tjay's in jail and Offset's in the hospital, they're not making music. They're trying to recover. And even after they get out, I mean, in Lil TJ's case, like he got out the hospital, and let's not talk about the album he dropped, man. So let's skip all that. And in Offset's case, I just feel bad. I feel way more bad for Offset because he's been through a whole bunch. He's been through a divorce. His best friend and his group mate died. Got killed. He's got apparently he has a gambling addiction, and it's just very sad to see somebody that you enjoy their music just spiraling down like that. I don't. You again, personal choice. You could separate the art from artists, sit and listen, and just don't give a crap, right? Don't give a crap. But me, I try to digest what I'm listening to, and I try to actually engage with the art I'm interfacing, right? So to me, I can't sit and listen to Offset or Lil TJ or any other rapper for that case at this point, where I know that, oh, these guys gonna turn around and just do some dumb shit. I like their music, but there's no guarantee they're gonna make good music after this, right? It's always a gamble. It's always a gamble with certain rappers where they either might get in trouble, they either might get shot, and it's just gonna hinder their growth and hinder their progress. Like, it's not cool. It used to be it used to be that, oh, I got put on and I'm just gonna develop myself, right? That's the way I feel like things should go when you're an artist, when you actually care about your craft. But I mean, people like Lil TJ, they don't care, man. They don't care. They just I think ignorant is the best word that we can use it, because they feel entitled to the success they already have. And when stuff like this happens, they don't even consider that, oh, my income, my wealth, my clout, everything is tied to this. Everything is tied to me being an artist, and I'm hindering it. And I'm putting out bad music anyway. Already putting out bad music, and now you're going to jail. You guys think he's gonna come out and just make bangers now that he shot Offset? Come on now. Come on now. It's just, yeah, it's just very, very stupid. All right, we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. We have our good friend Wayno here. If you guys ever want some very good, very entertaining takes on hip hop, he's been behind the scenes. He's been involved. He's in touch with certain people. So his knowledge and the game he spits is 100%, like, it's valid. And I definitely I enjoy listening to Wayno. He always has really good takes, and I find myself agreeing with him more often than not. Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
What up, though? Salute to everybody in Michigan. Y'all got something to celebrate today? But right now, we talking about a serious issue. Offset been shot, and so has Lil TJ. Before we get started, though, you know what I need? I need subs, I need likes, and I need hype. You feel me? To help move this video into the
Yeah, definitely go support Wayno. I'm gonna put this video up in the description. If there's any channel you guys follow for, or if you want to follow a channel for daily hip hop videos, music takes. I think he does sometimes reviews like certain big albums. Yeah, definitely check out Wayno's channel. It's really good, and I definitely enjoy it. I always catch myself tuning in every time something happens, and I wanna just get a level-headed take.
algorithm. After you hit like, hype pops up. You get 3 a week. Send me one. I bet. So listen, I'm sitting chilling, and then I see this report that Offset got shot, and I'm going to keep it 100, man. I said this before. I say it again. Offset is one of my favorite rappers. So when I seen this shit, I'm like, damn, I hope he all right. That was my first instinct. I'm like, damn, I hope Offset is okay. The last time
Yeah,
I talked
as
about him,
anybody
we was
would.
talking about the Selena Powell incident. You feel me? And then most recently, we seen a person harassing this nigga trying to get a picture.
He argued with Offset, y'all.
Which I guess it's like, number one, Offset. What are you doing with no security, just chilling at a casino, right? Like, what are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be at this level, bro. Like, you've been on for so long. Like, what are you doing? And number two, it's just weird. It's just weird seeing him at casinos all the time nowadays. And you can't help but think like there is an issue. There's got to be something going on. And that also goes into my first point that I was making. You're not making compelling music. Nothing that has been coming out, except with the exception of very few people, and with the exception of like underground, that it's just hard. It's just underground indie stuff that, we're not trying to get into that. That's always been popping. That's always will be popping because it's in a separate lane, in and of itself, and it's in a whole different dimension and realm. So we're not even gonna go there because I know and you guys know it's like a whole different thing. And I'm just talking about mainstream hip hop. I don't want anything too deep. I don't want anything too introspective and make me think about life and stuff like that. I just want good music, something I can listen to, something that's enjoyable, something that's got a good melody to it and got a good rhyme to it and got a good beat to it. I don't need too much, right? Maybe not a lot of killing, not a lot of murder. That's my only thing is like, hey, like can we not talk about murder and killing and sliding on ops and sliming people out all the time? Like can we not mention popping heads like melons in every song? Like other than that, I'm very open to everything else, and I sit down, I listen, and I try to enjoy it because I just want surface level enjoyment at this point. I don't even want anything else, and the quality of the music is crap. Did you guys remember? Do you guys remember Offset dropped the album very recently? Is anybody listening to it? I genuinely want to know: is anybody listening to it? Or are we talking about the dramas that he's getting into? It's just so stupid. It's just so ridiculous that a genre that I love and I've been interacting with and I've been consuming and I've been trying to learn more about and just enjoying. It's been slowly but surely just been going to crap, and it's slowly but surely the quality has been going down. Anyways, let's keep going.
That's only a picture, goddamn, nigga. You ain't that much of a celebrity, bro. You ain't that much of a celebrity, bro. That's only gonna ask for a picture. I'm not supposed to, a picture. Goddamn, we black people.
And keep in mind, when I seen that, I paid attention to the location. It was at a casino. Now, there's been rumors for years that
That's
Offset
right.
had a gambling problem or he liked gambling. He just be into gambling a lot. Like, every time you hear something going on with Offset, you hear gambling. You know what I mean? It's either the center of attention for something bad or just something that you hear in the background. But my thing, again, initially, I hear Offset is hurt. I'm like, all right, cool. I hope he's okay. Then we see Lil Tjay shot as well. And I'm like, damn.
They just shot a man. Gun violence. Here in the casino in Hard Rock.
I think they're saying that is Lil TJ on the ground and he's getting detained. Yeah, just a very very fucked up situation.
He's still going, he's still mad. They got this guy detained. Shot a guy. This is the guy they shot. Oh my god. Oh, you tasing? Are you tasing now?
Everyone keep moving, please. Clear.
Now, Lil TJ is also a young brother who I like his music, and I seen a lot of his career happen, you know, back 2018 and shit when I still was running around the city doing management and all that. I seen Lil TJ turn nothing into something and grow into a star. We also seen him, you know, go through the situation he went through when he got shot in Jersey when somebody tried to take his life. Lil TJ got shot 7 times. And I'm like, yo, why the fuck Offset, Lil TJ, Offset, Lil TJ, and then it rang off to me. Do y'all remember about a year ago, Lil TJ, you know, he went through the shit with Black Boy Max and all of that, and then he was
Yeah, we're about to get into it. This is the kind of like the not the initial start of the beef, but definitely this is the initial wave of the beef getting public. And before we even get to that, I'm glad he brought up the Lil TJ situation where he was already not only have been in this altercations time and time again, and after getting shot, he got caught with a gun and he was trying to fight that. Lil TJ is already like kind of pushing boundaries of the law already, right? And for somebody who's that talented, right? For somebody who is capable of making good music, and for somebody who has shown that, yeah, if I put my mind to it, if I put my energy to it, I can make something good. It's just baffling to me that you're willing to throw it all away, especially after getting that close to death and coming back, right? Especially if you actually got into a life-threatening situation, hanging by a thread, and came back. And instead of being like, okay, let me appreciate this life I got, right? Who wouldn't do that? Let me appreciate this life I got. Let me let me actually be thankful that I'm here. And which is the craziest part, because he did say that. He did say that. But at the same time, after a little bit, you just forget about it, and you just go right back to the bullshit that you've been on, because you think you're untouchable, because you think it's whatever. And you could do whatever you want, right? But it's just sad to me that you're doing all that and you're not even making good music. You're doing all that and you're not even producing anything quality or of value. Everything that's happened since you got put on is controversy, 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 drama, 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 beef, beef, beef. Same goes with Offset. Maybe not to this degree that Lil Tjay had until now, but it's always some sort of controversy. It's always some sort of BS surrounding your name, and it's just, how hard is it? How hard is it to? It's got to be like the most difficult thing, right? It's got to be like, I can't. It's got to be something that you and I, as regular people, just can't see. Because I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I always try to think of a situation in their position. It's got to be like definitely certain things going on that we just don't know about that is making them act this way. People in their ear, maybe some sort of financial situation that's getting them stressed out, and mostly an Offset situation. Maybe it could be like drugs and alcohol and just the lifestyle they're living. It's also I feel like it's the effects of becoming a superstar and not being able to handle it, in both Lil TJ and Offset's case, where you are a famous person and you are somebody that people admire and want to interact with, and you just it just ticks you off, right? It just ticks you off, and it just makes you. It's the most unsociable people that have to be social because they're superstars, and it's just a recipe for disaster. And again, I'm really trying. I'm really trying, because I really want to understand why is it this hard to actually focus on things that are good, productive, and can make you money, and can make you wealthier and give you more clout, and can help us get more good music, get better music from you. If you weren't acting like this and you're putting all that effort into making good music, I would bet both Lil TJ's and Offset's albums actually were gonna be good. People will be talking about it, listening to them for years, right? We don't. If it was actually good, people would put them on regularly instead of putting on Ric Flair drip again and again and again. I don't know, man. It's got to be something. It's got to be a barrier, or it's got to be some sort of an X factor that we just don't. I don't. Maybe you know. Leave it in the comments if you know what the fuck is wrong with these people. Why are they acting this way? But it's got to be an X factor that I'm just not considering and I'm not seeing. That is just making certain rappers, certain people just act this way.
Streaming. He got on the streaming situation and he was talking about stuff with Offset. And I was like, that shit was just mad odd. Like, to hear Lil TJ had problems with Offset at that time, I'm like, now what's going on? You feel me? So from my standpoint, first and foremost, I'm like, damn, I hope that each of them brothers is okay. But then I'm like, all right, what's going on with this? The shit look funny.
Nigga, fuck. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the stream too. That nigga broke. That nigga pop. I'll tell y'all a true story. Nigga, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit nigga in the casino. He was pop. He was panicking. Nigga, he was asking random people for cash apps. He was broke. I don't know what happened. Nobody was in.
It's very interesting to me that rappers be pretending they're better than streamers, and rappers be pretending that like they're so much cooler and so much more well put together than streamers. And then on a stream, they do exactly what streamers do. Fucking throw shade and talk about drama and invoke more drama and all that. It's because this guy was trying to be like the cool guy at Black Boy Max's stream, and he was trying to be like the dude who don't listen to nobody and does what he wants. And yeah, because I'm a rapper, bro. I ain't a streamer. I'm a gangster. And then as soon as it's his turn to stream, and as soon as it's his turn to entertain people, immediately I'm gonna invoke drama. Immediately I'm gonna talk about other people, and immediately I'm gonna I'm gonna be on some bullshit because that's what's entertaining to me, and that's what I think entertainment is more drama, more clout, and all that. And it's just interesting, man. It's interesting. You were acting too cool for school on Packboy Max's stream, and then you turn around and you do this shit. Yeah.
His phone call, he popped, trying to run up, chasing. Must got a gambling addiction. And the nigga says, yo, he just popped. He calling niggas for cash apps in front of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first 5 I offered, I'm like, yo, you pop, you waiting for some bread? He like, I waiting for my money. I swung that nigga 5. You know how I get? He gets popped. Not us two dicing each other. He gets popped straight to the casino. Goes not. He get another loan from somebody else.
So I'm just sitting back like, yo, all right, cool. Offset, Lil Tjay, casino, right? Now let's read through the report because right now it's reported and it says Offset has been shot at a Florida casino and is currently in stable condition at the hospital, right? It says on a Monday night, April 6th, Offset was reportedly at the valet area near the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, when he was shot around 7 p.m. A spokesperson for Offset confirmed in a statement to Double XL that the rapper is in stable condition at a local hospital. We can confirm Offset was shot and is currently, you know what I mean, at the hospital receiving medical care. The statement reads, he says he is stable and being closely monitored. It says, according to TMZ, the Seminole Police Department provided details on the incident. It says, we are aware of an incident that occurred at the valet area after 7 p.m. Monday outside the Seminole Hard Rock Hollywood Hollywood Hotel that resulted in a non-life-threatening injury to an individual who transported to Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood, the rep says.
I'm just thinking this didn't need to happen. This didn't need to happen if the egos weren't involved. This didn't need to happen if they were both level-headed people. And this didn't need to happen if there weren't all those external factors in play that is preventing them from acting like regular people, right? Whether it be it's the way I was raised, whether it be it's the money I got, whether it be it's the gang of people behind me, whether it be it's the fucking Glock I tote. It could be anything. But it didn't need to be this way at all. And it's just I'm ashamed that I even was listening to this. I'm ashamed that I once was like, oh yeah, Lil Tjay, he's a good rapper. I'm ashamed that I was like, oh yeah, Offset, he's a good rapper. I like his music. When they turn around and do this, and they don't do anything to elevate their own art, they don't do anything substantial. There's no substance coming from them at all, so that you can even. They say separate the art from artists, right? That's why people give Kanye so many breaks, right? Because there's for some people there was substance in what he was doing until a certain point where like substance just the bottom fell out and there was no substance in his music anymore. But at least until Donda, there was substance in his music, and there was the benefit of the doubt came from, oh, let's give him a chance. That it's good music. And you as a good-hearted individual, you want to give Offset, you want to give Lil Tjay a chance and be like, yeah, these are, yeah, there might be some missteps, and yeah, they might act this way and that way, but I want to give them a chance. I want to listen to them. And it's just they don't deliver at all. So you can't even go with that narrative that like, hey, let's separate the art from artists. Hey, at least they put out good music though. Because all we hear is just drama.
Seminole police were on site immediately and the situation was contained quickly. 2 individuals have been detained by the police, right? It says the investigation is ongoing, the site is secure, and there's no threat to the public. Operation continue as normal, all right? So, again, we getting the reports. And one thing about the internet is people will tell you that the internet is not the streets, but the streets talk faster than the reports do. And y'all know when it comes to what's going on in the streets involving rappers, Seti Nash is going to have something to say now. Seti Nash, like I said, this is all stuff that's being reported and documented publicly. Me personally, I'm looking at it from the standpoint is what is niggas doing out here? That's the last thing, or the thing that he's about to say is the last shit I think I would hear. But
Thank you, Wayno. Thank you. Like, what are you doing? That's my question too. What are you doing? Don't you have? It's just it feels annoying. It feels stupid because it's people that you listen to at some point. It's people who music you consume. And you're like, oh yeah, no, like that was good. That music was good. That song was good. I enjoyed it. And then they turn around and this happens and you just like, oh, all right. Now every time I listen to that song, like all this stupid bullshit is gonna pop up in my head. So I'd rather not listen to that song. And again, you could be a different beast. And you could listen to whatever, and it won't affect you at all. You can still be listening to 6ix9ine. You can still be listening to R. Kelly. You can still be listening to whatever the fuck, right? And it just is not, it's not gonna affect you at all. But at the same time, for certain people like me, it's all intertwined. It's all directly leading into each other, and the artist feeds the art, and vice versa. And you can't just separate them because they're so closely interlinked. Especially something like hip hop, where it's like they have to talk about themselves, right? It's not like rock or metal or any sort of different type of genre that you could talk about something else or someone else, and you can still make as good of a song, if not better, as you would just talking about yourself and drawing from your own personal experience. Hip hop is like deeply personal, so it's even harder to separate the art from artist in that aspect, because the art is a reflection of the artist. So how can I ignore the artist if their art is all who they are? Let's keep it going.
We've seen crazier days in the past week. Let's listen to Seti Nash for the report.
Y'all want the scoop? It's all on camera, bruh. Hey, man, this fool Lil Tjay done shot this nigga goddamn Offset in the ass, bro. Offset was whooping Lil Tjay at the goddamn Hard Rock, and then what turned around, bruh? Hey, he walked off and TJ pulled a whole move and dolphined him and shot him in the cheeks. That's why he's sitting in the back of the squad car right now. That's the breaking news.
Yo, what the fuck? What is going on out here? Did y'all? Come on, yo. Come the fuck on, yo. Now let's keep it 100, man. Lil TJ has been in a lot of trouble in his lifetime. He's gone to prison before when he was young. You know what I'm saying? He recently fought a bunch of different gun charges and things in New York City, but now he's in Florida. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, how in the world is this happening on a random ass Monday night? You know what I'm saying? A random ass Monday night. And again, I don't know if any of what Seti Nash is saying is true, but he has a tendency to break news when it comes to these types of things very, very, very early. Now, with that being said, there was another situation from somebody else that was saying that Offset owed the money. And first and foremost, right? What needs to be addressed is this gambling stuff or this money stuff. Because I think people assume that everybody who is in a prominent position as far as being an artist, being signed, being on, whatever the case may be, that they just have unlimited amounts of money. You know what I mean? Offset is part of the one of the most legendary hip-hop groups of all time with the Migos. Unfortunately, Takeoff passed away a couple of years ago.
Rest in
Quavo
peace.
did put some praying hand emojis up, you know what I mean, on his story. I guess that means they're praying for him or he's praying for him or something like that. But here's another person who at the time was dealing with the situation with Offset that he liked something that Lil TJ said. I just watched the shit, man.
Tops. This tops is for you bitch ass niggas. And you in particular, Offset, super bitch ass nigga. You dig what I'm saying? You get mad at me because I put a fire emoji under Lil TJ shit because you owe him some money. Shit, you owe me some money too, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But this tops ain't even about all that. This tops is about empowering your people. So you wouldn't have to owe niggas like TJ or owe niggas like me money. You dig what I'm saying? You been in the rap game 20 years. You want to claim you a boss. What nigga you made a millionaire that's in your inner circle, nigga? What nigga in your circle got 100,000? What nigga in your circle got 100,000, nigga? I'ma wait.
And it's been confirmed while I'm doing this video that Academic spoke with somebody on Lil TJ's team and he wasn't shot but is currently in custody related to the incident with Offset. Now, you know, there used to be these times where you had to wait and see investigations and all this other shit. What is y'all?
What a nasty situation, huh? What a incredibly just muddy situation where there's no good guys. There's nobody that you can even take sides with. It's so muddy. Everybody's losing. The fans are losing. The music listeners are losing. Offset is losing. TJ's losing. Their families are losing. It's negative all around, and it's been happening constantly in hip hop. It's been happening. Nobody's been up, man. Nobody's been on in a minute, bro. It's been happening constantly, and you feel detached at some point. You're just like, why am I wasting my time filling my brain with this type of music that is not helping nobody? And if anything, is just empowering them to act more this way. It's incredible, man. It's incredible how this should be happening. Offset be out here fucking borrowing money left and right, allegedly. Who knows? Who knows what the truth is really? People love to lie all the time, but it's just not a good look, man. It's not a good look, and it's not what you want to hear, right? I very much rather turn on my phone, see the news that like, oh, Offset just dropped a dope album. Offset's single is #1. Lil Tjay's album is #1. Their music is popping. Read interviews about them and watch the streams when they're on, and instead of them talking about drama, they talking about how they made their music. They're talking about their inspirations. They actually show love to the people that helped them get there. Like regular musician shit, right? I would very much rather have that. Very much rather have that. And that's one of the reasons I moved on. And honestly, if you're a hip hop fan, if you're a hip hop listener, I urge you to move on, bro. I urge you to find something else, because you can't. If you're still listening to any rap, any hip hop, you're just enabling this behavior, right? I'm talking about mainstream shit. If you're listening to dope underground indie music that's doing good, more the power to you. If you listen to artists that are actually, if you listen to NF, this is not about you, bro, right? If you listen to Eminem, this is not about you. But if you're listening to Offset, Lil Tjay, Polo G, if you're listening to fucking The Baby, if you're listening to 6ix9ine, who's listening to 6ix9ine, bro? If you listen to Lil Durk, you know what I mean? Who's even on? I can't even. That's how long I haven't been listening to fucking rap. I don't even know who the fuck is on. If you listen to Pooh Shiesty, we talked about Pooh Shiesty a little bit. If you listen to anybody that's glorifying this lifestyle, and listen to anybody that's just talking tough, and just the mainstream music. If you're listening to the mainstream music that is glorifying this behavior, that is about this type of thing. It's about murder, killing, sliming, running up on ops, stealing, robbing. Just like, why? At this point, why? Why would you do that to you? If you have like any modicum of intelligence, right? There's always gonna be people that just sounds cool though. This shit be dope though. Yeah, good for you, buddy. Good for you. Keep listening. This shit hard. There we go. This shit hard, bro. Yeah, sure. All right. That's cool. Go do your thing, man. But for everyone else that has like a little tiny bit of intelligence that you can actually sit and think, be like, okay, what am I doing by listening to this music? If you can actually sit and think about that, I urge you to move on, bro. I urge you to move on. I urge you to listen to something else. I urge you to fill your time doing something else. You don't even need to listen to music. Just go do whatever else. Then listen to hip hop. Then listen to hip hop. Then supporting these rappers that we wouldn't really need to, because all they do is self-destruct. And when they self-destruct, it hurts everybody.
Niggas out here doing, man. It is 2026. It's a lot of opportunity out here. It's a lot of money out here. But the thing that's going on is niggas is crashing on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying what there was alleged of Lil Tjay is true. I'm not saying that. But just for somebody to be speaking in that realm of something like that possibly happening, you're going to be judged in a court of public opinion. Now, like they said, he's currently in custody. I'm sitting here looking at it from the standpoint of, bro, you got Offset, who, again, is one of the most famous rappers, you know what I mean, by being part of a legendary hip-hop group, being married to Cardi B, publicly going through a divorce right now. You know what I'm saying? All of the stuff. He just dropped the album not too long ago. It seemed last year as if, and when he dropped his albums after QC, that if he was going into a realm of just doing some dope shit. You know what I mean? He was doing the dope videos, the choreography, went on tour. You know what I mean? Of course, we didn't like the fact that him and Quavo were not longer tied to one another because of their differences right before Takeoff passed. But I looked at the situation with Offset to say, damn, bro, like, I would hope that he could turn this shit around. But then you get all of these allegations about his gambling problems and all of that shit and him owing people money. And then you mix this into the bunch and then you see multiple people saying that he owes them money. And I'm like, damn. Then I think about Lil Tjay and all of the shit he's going through, man. Lil Tjay, I know people try to joke on him and all that, because let's not joke about this shit. Lil TJ is a live motherfucking wire. You know what I mean? He's a kid that went through some tough situations before we ever heard about him. You feel me? And then after he got into the limelight, he made some records. He done made a lot of money. And through that, it just seems as if he could never get the boat to fucking stay straight. I felt like if he could really, and what I mean by his career, if he could get that boat to stay straight, I think that the kid is a superstar.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Wayno just nailed it on the head. It's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah. It seems like you're doing something, but all these other external factors are just fucking ruining it. And everybody wants you to win, right? Everybody wants you to win. And this video that I'm watching, this video that I'm making, this is all coming from the fact of like, what the fuck? This is all coming from like, why? None of this needed to happen. None of this needed. But it does because of egos. It does because of stupidity. It does because you can't handle confrontation. It does because you need to have beef. You need to keep the beef alive. You need to hold grudges. You can't squash anything because if you squash a beef, you're weak. That's your mentality. You have to show up. Pooh Shiesty thing was stupid. This is stupid, and it's bewildering. And the only reason one of the reasons I'm watching, I'm covering this, and I'm talking about this is because I want better. I want to come back and listen to hip hop. I want to put on an album and listen to, because I fucking love this shit, bro. I love a fucking dope beat. I love a dope rhyme, but I can't. The quality's low. The real life shit gets in the way, and then there's all this other extra bullshit that is just like, okay, all right, whatever. Let me not support these guys anymore. Let me not support this music and this behavior anymore. And it's just me. I'm just talking about me, man. I don't know if I personally don't have an impact on anything, right? But at the same time, I have an impact on myself, and I know that, oh, if I don't listen to this music, I'll feel better, and I don't have to think about any of this bullshit, right? But I still care. I want it to be better. I want everything to be better, but it is what it is.
He makes the music, you know what I mean? He gets a lot of streams. People was coming to his shows at one point in time. He went through some crazy shit with getting shot. And I don't know if he capitalized off that moment. Not saying that he had to just monetize his trauma, because I don't think that you have to do that every single time. But, I feel like today's artists just look at things differently. Now, if any of this shit is utterly true, then they both look crazy. Let's keep it 100. They both look crazy. On one,
Facts.
I mean,
That's
if
facts.
Offset was fighting and putting his hands on Lil TJ,
That's
and then Lil
facts.
TJ allegedly did what he did, this is just a bad situation overall. Now, they in Florida. Neither one of them are possibly Florida residents. I can't say that because I don't know where none of these niggas live at. Let me not say that they're not Florida residents. I don't know where they live at. But, you in another state. Y'all both from different states, and y'all having shit like this go on. I mean, it's been a minute since we've been talking about actual music from either one of these two niggas. You feel?
That's what I was talking about earlier. It's like, dude, I would love to talk about music. I would love to do that, but it's just drama and bullshit. And it's just like, why? It doesn't need to be like this. Especially with the success they have. We're not talking about some run of the mill rapper with one hit. We're talking about Offset. He's had hits on hits on hits. We're talking about Lil TJ. He was huge. He was huge. 2018, 2019, it was huge. What happened? Some bullshit. Over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Yeah, some of it wasn't his fault, right? Some of it wasn't Lil TJ's. Some of it wasn't Offset's fault. And it's just, but still, like this situation, this specific situation.
But right now, everybody is looking at this situation. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful or happy that Offset is okay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That he's okay, that he's gonna
Facts.
survive this and all of that. But what does this say for Lil TJ? If this shit that they saying is true, man, I ain't gonna lie, he's had a lot of opportunities, you know what I mean, to turn things around. I don't know about this one, though, my nigga. I don't know, man. I mean, that's not for me to judge on that scale. You know what I mean? He's currently in custody, so we will find out more things as they develop. But ultimately, y'all niggas got to start just sticking to the music, man. Y'all got to really start sticking to the music and staying out the way.
It's impossible.
You know what I mean? Either one of them may stay out the way in their own realms, but I'm just saying, man, we don't hear about music from artists no more, man. We hearing about controversies. and court cases and criminal activity. And criminal activity is not a part of hip hop. When people say the streets is hip hop, when they say the streets, they don't mean criminal activity. That means being outside, you know what I mean? Starting something from nothing when it comes to this hip hop shit and creating it and making it into something monetized, something you can monetize, something that you could take around the world. We don't hear that as much as we used to, man. I wish these niggas would get back to the work. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. Y'all tell me how y'all feel.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you, Wayno. Yeah, let me know how y'all feel too. And you know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a good amount of people that just don't give a fuck, and they just don't give a fuck, as in they'll still listen to anything and everything, and they don't have no standards for themselves, and they'll get mad at me. They'll get mad at Wayno for even condemning this behavior, because Lil Tjay and Offset are gangsters and they do this and they do that, and we shouldn't be questioning anything, right? Shouldn't be questioning anything. People got mad at me on my Pooh Shiesty video. They were like, "Well, why are you talking about this? Like, you have no business talking about this." I'm like, I have no business talking about this. This guy's in fucking caught in the feds, bro. I'm talking about Pooh Shiesty. He's caught with he's caught by the feds, and it's just, and he was just out, just dropped the song first day out, and now he's back first day in, first day out, first day in. That's on Pooh Shiesty. This situation is like a whole fucking different thing. This is like so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid, man. But yeah, I mean, let me know what y'all think. Let me know I ranted a lot in this video, but yeah, let me know what you think. I would definitely love to hear your take on this whole thing. And if you're genuinely a fan, right? If you just hate all this shit from off the bat, we know. I get it. Yeah, we know. If you genuinely a fan, if you genuinely want, like, if you genuinely listen to Lil Tjay, Offset, and you have a reaction about this, let me know. I definitely want some different perspectives on all this. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys next time.